It's the same. Once you upload it, you can go on.
We're live. Perfect.
Yay, we're live. Right away, stop the bickering.
Shh. We don't bicker.
We don't bicker.
You didn't hear anything. Stolen. All right, right on. Tons of people out in the world. Welcome to our live session.
Yes.
Nobody's joined us yet, so you're rewatching this.
You're rewatching this.
All right. We'll wait a few minutes for people to join.
I don't think this will work. This seems too small. I gotta
Okay.
grab it bigger.
I was wondering. I'll hold the fort. Oh, wow. 4 people on YouTube. Hey, welcome, YouTubers. We're just getting warmed up here. The kettle is not on, but we're going to put it on soon. We're just grabbing a right-sized sharing pot. Hey, Eric Glass, how you doing? Hey, Bruna Palomara. Hello to you too on YouTube. We're just live here on Instagram and YouTube. Hey, Hao Yin and Igor. Hey, Igor. Awesome. I was just, actually, my voice does sound a little different. I was just re-recording the vocals to Crazy Oolong Train. For those of you who have no idea what a Crazy Oolong Train is, stay tuned. You'll know soon enough whether you like it or not. I love the keyboards though, Igor. They were excellent, really excellent. And yeah, so that is really fun. I guess I can tell people just while we wait and warm up, there's 7 folks out there in YouTube world, and Instagram is slowly joining us too. So what I'm talking about is I do these crazy tea songs. Jen's just filling the kettle. I do these crazy tea songs. So I've done like... I'm
back.
I've done... Instagram just went super dark. I don't know what happened. I've done Hey Cha.
Because you're not started.
Oh, weird. Oh, I didn't start the Instagram live. I was just, okay, well, good thing you're here.
Now you understand. That was me yesterday.
Anyway, no big deal, no big deal. I was just telling the guys on YouTube, David, Brandon, welcome. And I like that Igor put his hands there. I really love the keyboard solo and the ending too. Really excellent. So everybody who is like, ooh, I can't wait to hear it. Yes, you're right. You can't wait to hear it. But wait, you will. So yeah, so I did Hey Cha, I did Wu Yi Mountain. Those are on our YouTube channel. Really fun, just goofy fun thing. I used to play bass pretty regularly. No. Okay, I used to play bass pretty regularly, and it's hard to mix in with my whole tea life and everything. So now I'm doing crazy tea music songs, so I get to play my bass again and do some music stuff. Super, super fun. So if you play an instrument, whether it's kazoo, tuba, trombone, there's still time. We could squeeze you into the solo, but the project is coming along nicely. So check out our backlog of YouTube for that, or go to our webpage. There's also a webpage where you can sign up if you want to get involved, or just tell me now that, hey, I play the trombone or the ukulele and I want to do something in the song, and I would be happy to do that. There will be more though, because I find this super fun. So I think I'm going to do a funk tune next. So it'll be more of this. Instagram can't see my out. There we go. Anyway, Peru. Hello on YouTube, and you've joined. I think you joined on Instagram and YouTube. That is allowed. You don't have to leave on one of them. That's totally fine. All right. So now that there's you guys are all here. There's more people. We're gonna.
We have been hauling all morning. Redoing the same part.
Yelling? Hauling?
Yeah. Like a wolf.
Singing. Howling. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway,
the voice is slightly different. You guys probably couldn't tell.
No, I noticed that.
Right?
I was just mentioning it to them and told them. That's how I kind of. Well, first Igor joined, which reminded me of the project, and then I realized my voice is a little different. Yeah, the vocals are pretty high.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty fun. Okay, back to the tea we're gonna brew today, because last time we were doing I cannot get that right. Steep off the end.
Off the steep end. Last time we went off the steep end.
Right. So some people were talking about white tea and Bai Hao Yin Zhen having some, I don't know, difficulties brewing or something like that, because that was the one of the choice. Bai Hao Yin Zhen vis-a-vis Fu Zhuan, and because he won the rock paper scissors, and we did Fu Zhuan. So
Oh,
and he also won a little.
The steep off.
Yeah.
I went off the steep end all by myself.
So today we're gonna do a white tea. So what we have here is a 2017 top grade by Hao Yin Zhen. You can see.
Zoom it in.
2 years old, slightly has a little bit like that aged color in there, not as jade. Thought you were doing that.
Okay, so she's gonna warm that up. I'll give you another look. Have a close look at the leaf. We're gonna have a quiz on it after. No, I'm just kidding. We're not really doing that. I'm in a goofy mood, so yeah, it is pretty marvelous. Jan says it looks pretty marvelous. Oh, but I wanted to notice that on YouTube, Perou, I'm sorry about the last name, Perot, says that we met at the Toronto Tea Festival, which I assume was the Toronto Tea Festival. So that's cool. That's awesome that we met.
I think I remember.
Your picture is really tiny little in Instagram, and I can't recognize it right now, but I'm going to go back and have a look because I usually
recognize that.
Yeah, I usually recognize people too. And hey, welcome San Martiste on Instagram and Tease Michael. Welcome to you guys. Anyway, back to the Josh. Okay, cool. Hey, Josh. So his name is actually Josh. That will help me remember once I see the face. And hey, Simmerjeet on Instagram. So, but yeah,
I put 4 grams of leaves to this, what, 95 we said?
No, that's about a 125, 135. That's a big one.
Oh, is it?
Remember, I did the remeasure, and they were all like
quite
surprisingly
this is the
different.
third one, right.
It's a pretty big guy one.
It's a big
guy. 4 grams in there. But last year we were in Taimushan. Really reserved, not a bunch of nose coming off of that, despite you saw the abundance of fuzz. This is a property I find really good tea often I call it, they're greedy with their aroma. They're holding that. It's going to come out, and it's going to come out in spades, and it will be not only floating around in our noses, but it's going to be in the liquor too. This is the thing about great tea. So we were there in Taimushan, where Shifu and Shatai make this tea. And it was amazing. I have, they've kind of spoiled white tea for me in the sense that they do such a good job. Whenever I have another white tea, it's like delicate, sweet.
Soy milk. For me, it's really like the soy milk. When I
really
brew that and put the lid down, I push that smell up.
And so this is not just any Bai Hao Yin Zhen. It is a top grade Bai Hao Yin Zhen.
From Taimushan, which is the origin of the white tea.
Yeah. And so what that means is these are the first buds of spring after all winter, the bush rests. And this is literally the first buds that the bush produced. So not to be confused with first flush, which is maybe just that season of plucking. This is actually is the first buds that the plant produced after a winter of storage. So it's full of all of the yumminess.
I want to show you guys the liquor.
Try and see it out.
You see, it's very light. Let me see. I think in YouTube from our screen.
I don't know if it's helpful.
I think Instagram reflects a little bit more true to what I'm seeing here, which is really light. YouTube seems slightly darker than my bare eyes. What do you think?
Yeah, zoom in, see if they can see the fuzz, because the water is really fuzzy too.
Yeah.
It's got tons of trichomes floating around in there. This is a really, really beautiful tea.
Yeah, and the color has a slight tinge of, I don't want to say red because you would expect something deep. It's just the red tone of.
Oh, I know what you mean.
It's not like it looks red.
It's got that golden hue with it like a little a quarter drop of rosé almost, just to give it that hue. I know what you mean. And we're using the cups we made on the tea trip too.
Right.
I'm going to show them. Welcome, Mary Beth on Instagram and Momo Tea Toronto. Hey, welcome, Momo Tea.
Hello.
And what's going on? Oh, look at YouTube explosion. Hello, everyone. David. Hello, David Himmler. Brandon. Hi there. Switched over. Oh, I'm a little behind. Cole Weed, welcome. Oh, I didn't notice. I missed a bunch of comments. Cole is drinking a Bai Hao Yin this morning, so we're lined up on the white tea vibe. I'm going to guess that you're brewing that in one of your Yixing teapots. Thank you for sharing those in the video the other day. That was super fun, and what a gorgeous collection you have. And just reading down to catch up on the comments. Quite dark as well. Actually, if you're referring to the leaf, it was pretty, yeah.
I wouldn't think it's dark. It starts to have that the little bit of, because it's 2 years old, 2017, so it starts to have that age a little bit of reddish, like the edge. But in general, still it's white and mostly like light green, not vibrant light green, like jade. Kind of light green with some of those.
Yeah, I forgot. This is a 2017 top grade by Hao Yin Zhen.
Right.
So is that the rose hue, the rosé hue? Is that the age starting to slowly appear? Right on.
But still, the liquor remains really like a light and.
Yeah, 2-3 years. We're not expecting it to be like brown or anything crazy like that yet. But that's what I was saying. Like how they ruined white tea for me is a lot of white tea. You'll see that it's quite dark, which when it's young is basically it got a little bit beat up, and you can even taste that little that oolong element that doesn't quite belong. So yes, Eric says you seem to go all over China for tea. Yes, indeed we do. Jealous. Yes, indeed I would be too. But I'm lucky I get to go. But this year is going to be different. We have no idea what's going to happen this year. We did not plan a spring trip, so we're lucky that didn't get interrupted. But we did plan an autumn trip, and we don't know if that will be possible. So stay tuned. Everything's sort of up in the air. I'm optimistic, though, I have to say. Jan Lee did some travel this year. She finally got out after they lifted restrictions in China. She was able to travel domestically all around China. Yeah, show them the second infusion.
This is the second
Still
infusion.
full of fuzzy wuzzy. Do you think the paper helps? I'm going to try it again.
No, I don't think so. I cannot see which angle.
Let us know out there if you feel like the paper is helpful or not.
Right. Or can you see the fuzz or stuff? It's really actually really fuzzy from where we can see. It's floating evenly distributed in the liquor.
It does have a really creamy, not like a milky creamy, but that soy nutty texture.
And I love the profile. It's very aromatic. It's not overly strong. When I brew it, like if I'm just sitting here, I don't feel like the whole space is filled with aroma. But if I do anything with the lid, I put it on or something, I can always feel that a little bit of
you get that waft.
Yeah.
Really thick mouthfeel, really nice and thick.
Oh, Brandon says the white background helps a lot.
Oh, thanks for that.
Okay, that's
yeah.
good to
Anybody
know.
else want to holler out? Even if you don't agree with Brandon, that's okay. He's really robust. But yeah, if the white background helps, we'll keep doing that then. Yeah.
So Eric Glass said, "Did I miss a Zoom? I don't think. Oh, you mean the teapot one? Then yes."
And
yes. We're doing another one.
Yeah, we're going to do one. Eric, you might be interested in this one. We're going to show off. Are we going to do tea show and tell?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a tea show and tell. And I know you got some really interesting stuff in. Well, I don't know. You might have drunk it all. It's possible. But hopefully you still got lots of interesting stuff in your collection if you're interested in doing a show and tell. So we'll do another one if you were worried about having missed that. Right. We had a good time. It was really nice to actually face-to-face with you guys, kind of virtually meet you, which is something that's, I think we got started on this because of the COVID-19 thing. I think we're going to keep on rolling, especially with the Zoom. We're an online tea business, online tea boutique. So getting to meet you guys is something that is really lacking for us. So it's super awesome to be able to do that. So I think we'll find little fun stuff to do Absolutely. Like that. For as long as we can think of fun stuff to do, we're going to keep doing that. It was super fun. So don't worry, Eric, we'll do it again. Hey, Joseph Burton, welcome. Okay, I have to tell them why. I couldn't help it. I laughed. We were thinking about you today because we're intrigued by your trade as a blacksmith. So I just wanted to let you know that that's super cool to us. We're just intrigued by it. She also loves museums. So
yeah, and we connected 3 key information we got from you, which is blacksmith, work at the museum, but also translating something from Greek. Right? I remember you mentioned that.
I think you might have, yeah.
Greek or somewhere. So I was like, what is actually was he doing? Like trying to repair some engine, like antique from Greek.
Yeah, we were speculating on what kind of exotic project you might be working on. Super cool. Hey, Nicole on Instagram, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
And so Eric did a Mrs. Zoom. White background helps. Momo, I did a workshop with her last September. Learned so much about Japanese tea. Cool. I think Momo's on Instagram, so I will pass that on. Brandon really loved your workshop that he did with you last September, Momo. There, we just bridged Instagram and YouTube. Yay! So I let her know, Brandon. And Cole on YouTube says, I'm brewing a Yixing, because I was speculating that he would, because he mentioned on our Zoom that he brews almost everything in Yixing. I have a dedicated Duanyi teapot for whites with the Heart Sutra engraved around the pot. Okay, that's gorgeous. Next time we want to see that one. That sounds really beautiful. And yeah, cool. That's cool. Everybody just thank you for bridging the Momo thing, which is awesome. Oh, here we go. Joseph on YouTube. Joseph says, yeah, I work at a living history museum just outside Peterborough. It took me a while to decode PTBO, Peterborough, called Lang Pioneer Village. Lang Pioneer Village, kind of like a smaller version of Upper Canada Village. Cool. Closer to you guys. Okay, well, if it ever I shouldn't be so pessimistic. When it opens up again this summer, or sometime, I shouldn't commit to the timing too tight because I never know what's going to come up, but we're going to try and get there. And Momo asks, what are you drinking? So yeah, we'll definitely come back to that. So we're on the 3rd infusion of a 2017 top grade by Hao Yin Zhen.
Yes.
And I'll show you the, you might maybe show them that.
I'm thinking of showing those.
We'll show you some leaf, we'll show you some liquor, and we'll keep using our white background. Still full of fuzz. Again, not sure if you can see the fuzz because it is quite small. So I'm going to white background that, which means I'm going. But there is the liquor. So you can see the color. So about almost 3 years old, this tea. So you see it's not ultra dark. It's just getting a little more to the yellow gold. Super thick mouthfeel. So the top grade comes from the plucking. These are the first buds of spring. Go ahead, show them the leaf. Ooh, so pretty, your layout.
Does that work?
Oh, that there is going to be the thumbnail for this video.
I hope this can focus well.
I think it will. I'm not sure. Maybe put a hand or the paper.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too much white. I'll put the hand. Oh,
does that focus?
I think it's focusing.
Okay. So these are the buds and stuff?
So that's another thing about Shifu and Shitai and their tea is not only the processing, which it's easy to get a little bit... I don't know, to be mean to white tea because it's the simplest process because it's just sun-dried or just dry. But even though it's simple should be thought of as simple in the sense that it has one step. But that step, you can also think of how complex it is. You got to get everything right and that's your only chance. You don't have a...
Do you want to take a sip of the tea?
Oh, sure. Well, I'm talking too much. I got tea sipped.
No, it's getting cold and there's more coming. That's all. You can keep talking though.
No. You know what? I do that to her all the time. Maybe you guys, I don't know. I
got rushed when I'm at
the
table too.
When I brew, I really have a cadence that I like to go at because I'm monitoring the kettle
temperature.
Is
cooling and
yeah. So if she's sitting there just doing something like maybe doing a post or something, I'm just stare at her and wait till she drinks. So it's totally like I wonder. Brewer's cadence.
Burn.
Right? Oh, brewer's burn. Yeah. Really thick. Oh, so what was I saying? Because some people had joined a bit later, so I was re-explaining that the first buds of spring. Processing. Oh yeah, no, the processing is simple, but there's only one step to get it right. So with a lot of the other teas, if there's a little bit of a deficiency in step A, you can always make some provisions in step B. I mean, it's not ideal, but white tea is you get one kick at it, and you know,
2 steps.
2 steps. There we go. Plucking with it. Pluck, wither, dry.
Wither and dry.
Wither and dry. There we go. Okay, so
what do you think of the tea?
I love this. I love the mouthfeel. For me, the mouthfeel hits really strong. It's got a delicate sweetness, the nutty soy creaminess almost, but it's not nutty soy creaminess.
You know, this tea is like that kind of I think like a good or perfect example to say when we talk about a strong, full body, or like describe like a really flavorful. Sometimes it get mixed up with a strong. Like there's a strong tea, could be strong in, how should I say, like a flavorful doesn't mean this tea is very strong. It's very light but full-bodied. Flavor is round. It doesn't rich, but you wouldn't sip it and feel like that's a strong tea. Yeah.
If you ate a bunch of super spicy hot wings right before this tea, very likely you won't notice a thing. It's not strong. It's not cutting. It's not piercing. But it is.
But it's not lacking anything.
That's right. It is full-bodied. It's got a really. This one's always hard to describe. It's got a big flavor. It's like but it's not like getting a punch. It's like getting, I don't know how to describe it. Like dropping into a 10-foot feather pillow or something. Like it's forceful but soft. I don't know. That was a pretty weird metaphor, but I did my best.
Yeah, I was thinking, because what I'm trying to say was like, like, you know, if we say somebody talk loud, sometimes we naturally think they're just really loud in volume. Sometimes it could be, talk really high or something. It could mean the pitch. It could mean the volume. Sometimes they're not like, even though a lot of times we kind of mix that description all together, but sometimes it could have different meanings. And this is what we call like a strong in flavor, but light in impact, like a mouth impact. How should I say?
Strong in flavor, light in, I don't know. Like
it's like a super penetrating, relaxing flavor profile. Its power is not because it punch in the head, like you said, but it's really,
you know what it reminds me of, which is probably just as useless a metaphor for you guys out there, but we exercise together too. And it reminds me of the difference between like a HIIT exercise, that would be like a really bold black or dark tea. This would be like one of those yoga workouts where it doesn't look hard, but at the end it's still full. You're still.
It's like holding those balance that all
exhausted.
The muscles are engaged and, but it's not the lot of movement.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Does that capture sort of the spirit?
I understand that.
Yeah, I don't know if it helps you guys at all, but that's the sort of. It's like a really quiet, powerful person who doesn't need to show off, kind of. Deep character, you know, somebody with a deep character. Hope that was helpful. Oh, I don't know. We gotta, these top grade teas are especially hard to describe, but I hope we can get a bit of it across.
Really hard. Like, I don't know, like if I just describe that with a creamy floral metal, I feel like it didn't capture the essence of this tea. It just sounds kind of a plain.
Oh, cool. What was his name? Peru? Was it Josh? What was his real name? I forget. Sorry.
Josh.
Yeah, it was Josh. So Josh is drinking on YouTube. Josh is drinking a top shelf Lomjin from Sihu, made by an 88-year-old tea master, which is, aside from being a lovely story, is really delicious. Yeah, I bet you that's so good. And Pei Chen Tea Palace, welcome guys. I guess you guys just joined recently. Had a great Bai Hao Yin Zhen from Zhenghe, a stone's throw away from Fuding. There in Fujian, much more of a burnt match smell due to the greater amount of phosphorus in the soil there. Interesting. And Yan on YouTube says, I'm drinking quite good Yashixiang, you know, biscuits with dried cranberries in taste, creamy and buttery on the lid, apricots, tropical fruits, and in the empty cup, a hint of lily. Oh, that's an excellent description.
What a description.
That's excellent.
Way better than ours.
Yeah, really good, really good. And Josh says, I absolutely love high quality Bai Hao. Yeah, it's really good. Actually, recently pressed my own Bai Hao Yin Zhen tea cake. Whoa, cool.
Oh, cool.
There you go, Josh. And on the Instagram side, Lao Yodze joined. Hello. And CFW_C joined.
Good job.
It's unpronounceable. If they're pronounceable, I try it, but Kwufk isn't pronounceable.
Kwufk.
All right, so we're on infusion 4/5, I think. Boiling water, for those of you that were wondering, she measured out 4 grams in this about 125 milliliter gaiwan.
Right.
Straight up boiling water. This is the good stuff. So all of that awesome mouthfeel that we're experiencing would be probably lost if you used cooler water for this so-called delicate tea. Nothing really delicate about good white tea.
Yeah, absolutely. And
and Josh is really OMG. OMG.
OMG.
I always use like ADC max for Bai Hao. Yeah, you got to be careful with, I mean, of course, do what's best for the tea you have, but, you know, and that can mean starting by following the vendor's instructions. But yeah, a lot of our green white tea, a lot of people are really like, what? You use what? We use boiling because they're really good tea. And they not only, quote unquote, can handle it, they actually need it to get all of the goodness out.
I don't know.
Try using
the white.
Oh, the white paper? Here we go.
FQ. What does that mean? Like a security code?
He's spelling Kwufka because that was a handle on the Instagram side.
Okay.
It's C. Oh, sorry.
So this is the one.
I just do that a little bit so that you can see, and I'm less blocked. But
because you didn't follow me, I have to follow you, which is right here.
Okay.
You see, couples doing live is always end up with a bakery there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, here we go. Trying to show if you guys can see the little fuzz there.
Right,
so this is what, 4th or 5th infusion we said?
Yeah, at least 4 or 5.
And
still pretty fuzzy.
Still full of fuzz and everything.
I gotta keep up. Haha, the vendor didn't really have any instructions. It's really good stuff though. Well, go for boiling and come down if necessary. That would be what I would recommend.
If it's really good white tea or any tea, like boiling water, it's totally fine. It's not more than totally fine. Is what it requires.
Yeah, exactly. And Pei Chen Tea Palace says, always boiling for a good white tea. You guys rock. Thank you, Pei Chen Tea Palace. Eric Glass, that's the main character from Italo, Kelvin's Conscience. Oh, cool. Wow, you're pretty good with your Kelvin and Hobbes. It's been a while since I read that.
What is that?
It's the naughty little boy and his pet stuffed animal tiger that comes to life in his imagination. Really good comic. Really naughty boy. Joseph Burton on YouTube says, I almost always use boiling water for my white teas as well. Cool. Italo Calvino. More Kelvin and Hobbes, I think. And Josh says, just a lot of trial and error. And I found that 80 gets me the most delicate and floral white tea flavor. Cool. Well, you're on the right track if you're trying different stuff, That's what we always recommend. Less than 90 water doesn't break the fine hairs off the buds, and you don't get all the polyphenols. Ooh, that's a good to know. From Pei Tea Palace on YouTube, and Josh says, but the Bai Hao cake that I steamed and pressed myself, it absolutely needs boiling water and is very syrupy and thick when doing so. Cool. And Jan on YouTube says, really, really love the liquor color. Thank you. It's really pretty, isn't it? About 3 years, just about to turn 3 years old. Just turned 3 years old this spring.
I still call that 2 years. Somehow my brain is still stuck in 2019.
And Brandon says, that tea looks delicious. Wish I had some. My workplace partially reopened, so no tea for me until I get home. I'm streaming you at work right now. Ooh, don't get busted. Well, hopefully you have a work that they don't mind. And Lao Yodza says, try using a Glencairn as a teacup. Game changer. The aroma are so much more focused.
What's Glencairn?
I'm not sure. Is that a Scotch drinking cup? I'm going to look it up and see what they look like. Maybe we'll get some, because we love to do whiskey and tea pairings. And I have a feeling it has a bit of a, like either an inward flute or an outward flute or something to focus aroma. So
yeah, I think I was talking to somebody talking about how old times we have that traditional oolong set, that a coaster, a smelling cup, and a tasting cup. Now, like the simplified version is a certain shape of the cup. The shape of the cup definitely affects the liquor color you see, as well as the aroma. In terms, it doesn't change that like wildly, but it definitely certain shapes concentrated or diffused, so that the layer, they kind of not abstract, but affects the layers of the aroma hitting the nose, so that you might actually have a little bit of difference than those kind of open ones. I like this because it just, this shape, it cools faster, and I drink a lot of pu'er. Pu'er, I like a big cup and big sip. Maybe we should do a video on
that could be fun.
Teacup shape, and what tea for what shape.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Oh, I have to say, this tea is very
cool. Yeah,
weirdly warming.
Yeah,
like I don't get so hot when I drink tea, like because I'm used to it.
Right, but this one's really warming you up.
I'm sweltering.
Nice. I hope that's nice.
And I'm doughy. Does that make sense?
Okay, so there's some comments here just explaining to us what a Glencairn is. So that's cool. Well, I think it's fun. We've done a little bit of tea in wine glasses too, which is another way to focus aroma. There's wine glasses made for all different kinds of wine, so it's also fun to experiment with those. Weirdly warming, taster note genius equal Jen. Oh, good job. Hey Jeff, how you doing? I think Jeff may have just joined us too. But yeah, weirdly warming, tasting note genius. Yes, she is a tasting note genius. You mean
weirdo?
Weirdly weirdo.
Weirdly weirdo, that's right.
So Jeff, if you just jumped in, we're doing a 2017 top grade Bai Hao Yin Zhen infusion 6-ish.
5-6.
5-6. Lost count. We can't get past 4. I'm a musician.
As mentioned, I'm doughy, so I really don't remember.
Yeah, anything past 4 gets tricky for me. We could always go back and rewatch. But anyway.
Yeah.
It's painful to rewatch our own videos though. Because then we notice all the bickering, right? We just had a tugging match over a white piece of paper.
Right.
It's super fun. Anyway, let's
also an allergy for John Calvin and Thomas Hobbes, the philosophers.
Oh, also an allegory for John.
Allegory. I was at allergy. Allegory.
Oh, right. That's where the name Calvin and Hobbes came from. Yes, 100%, Josh. I actually forgot that too. You know those guys, right? Calvin.
You only mentioned those. I'm not familiar with them.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar either.
Oh.
I just know them because I had to study them in school, and I'm not. I wasn't paying much attention when we studied that.
Tulip shape glass, a Scotch cup.
Oh, really?
Tulip shape.
I didn't know that.
Narrow top. White base, narrow top.
The shape of the Glencairn is a wide base, narrow top for aroma focusing.
Right.
And Josh says that the names of the cartoon characters represent their personalities, which I didn't know. Like the philosophers reflect the personalities of the cartoon characters. I think that's what he's getting at. And Jeff on YouTube says, I wonder if Mrs. Wormwood was named after the comet in the Book of Revelation. Huh. I tried a link, but he can't put links here. Bitterness. Oh, yeah, I didn't know there was a wormwood in Calvin and Hobbes. I'm learning a lot today. I gotta see those. I haven't introduced her to Calvin and Hobbes, so shame on me. But
cultural lesson today.
The teacher. Oh, I didn't know her name was Mrs. Wormwood.
Is that her real last name?
I don't know, probably, but we do. She actually does a kind of a therapy called wormwood, which is but we burn it. We don't eat it in that instance, or boil it.
I think they're different. The Chinese wormwood and the Western wormwood seem to be like a different culture, like orchid and orchid kind of thing.
Like so many Western and Eastern things.
Because I thought those from the drink, right? Wormwood was used in one of the like the drinks and stuff. Wormwood is the primary ingredients in absinthe.
Absinthe, yeah. I did know that. I had looked it up. When I was trying to figure out what it was, I stumbled across that. Yeah, that is one nasty drink.
Yes. That's what I remember, that they're talking, all those writers and painters, artists, they have that, what's the famous drink?
Absinthe. But back then it actually had some kind of drug in it too. So they
because it makes the hallucination. People see those different not cultivar, maybe just a varietal or something like sub-cultivar.
Josh loves absinthe. Yeah. So I will say that it's very possible I've never had a good one. A lot of things are like that, including tea. A lot of people, we get that with green tea a lot, sometimes with white tea. Oh, I don't like green tea, or I don't like white tea. Only like black tea. So we're like, we kind of give them a gentle nudge and try and convince them to try it, because sometimes it's just that you've never had the one that's how it's meant to taste. So I might give absinthe another chance. It's really strong too, though, so it's a little bit scary.
Right. Is the smoke safe? I know Western wormwood can be somewhat. I don't smoke it.
I mean, the short answer is yes. Well, first, but then you have to know we don't inhale the smoke. It's not like a big cigar.
It's burned for the warmth. So that warmth is very kind of penetrating. So it goes deeper and it travels longer in the body, kind of sensational or physically. So we use that. And that smell is also kills some bacteria and
it's kind of a natural insecticide as well. Like it makes bugs want to leave really quickly. Yeah, and prevent mold. And in the South, we use that a lot. And some, especially in those infection, those spring or autumn in a kindergarten where kids don't want to have chemical like disinfect, they use that, and that's fill the whole room or stuff. So it's actually better than spray in that sense. Sorry, sometimes I laugh because I'm reading ahead. So I read Jeff's description of absinthe, which is it tastes like licorice death and an alternate dimension of licorice death. And I love licorice flavor, by the way. So I kind of expected to like it, and I'm going to give it another shot. And Lazy and Jeff mixed green tea with loose wormwood once. Whoa, like super bitter, I guess. Not sure. And Joseph, I love the decorative absinthe spoons. They're pretty neat. Oh yeah, again, no idea what those are. And Kelsey, hey, welcome, Kelsey. I think you may have joined pretty recently on the YouTube side. That was about our 5th, 6th infusion you saw there that I held up. And and thanks for the feedback on the white paper. We heard from Brandon that it was quite helpful too. So we'll keep that up. It might help you see those. So can you guys see the fuzz in it at all? No, it's gone. Let's do another one. Yeah, we're still getting fuzz coming out of this tea, which is just fantastic. And then Josh says, no, very tasty. And also the psychoactive qualities of absinthe were wildly overblown by proponents of the French wine industry whose business were suffering due to absinthe sales. Oh, interesting.
Oh.
I thought they were actually putting something that is no longer present in it that I think may now be illegal or toxic, but I don't know. He studied the topic a bit at school. Okay, I reserve my input to an expert. Very cool. I really do enjoy it. I'm going to maybe hit you up to send me a good brand of absinthe to try, because I do like those stronger things typically. So I'm going to give it another shake on your recommendation. But if you could send me, are you in Ontario? If something that the LCBO carries, or just send me a couple, because they have pretty good, they have a pretty deep catalog. So that's awesome. Now I'm excited to retry absinthe, which tasting notes from Jeff, the lazy little rabbit, are licorice death and an alternate dimension of licorice death. Oh, I love that. What's the age on the Yin Zhen? Yes, it does have a little honey note, but actually that's starting to pull back and be replaced more by a soy creaminess. It's turning 3 or just turned 3 years old. It's a 2017 top grade.
I didn't think of honey, but when you said honey, I would agree, but not like the honey in the jar. But if you make like a
raw
honey,
cream honey.
No, I was thinking about a honey drink. Like if you dilute honey with water and drink it, it has that. It's not like a straight up honey, like intense, like pure honey sweet. It's very faint, has that kind of finish.
Yes. And to me, it has that the creaminess of this tea recalls, remember we had that cream one and we were dissolving that, and it's less sweet and more of that waxy sweet,
almost
creamy, waxy sweet.
Yeah.
So it's in that ballpark.
Fuzz, like a little hair. Yes, Kelsey, not, do you call this a little hair?
Yeah, they're called trichomes, like
the pro version.
The name of those little things, like on the dry leaf. If you check out the website, there's a nice picture of the dry leaf, and you'll see that this tea has like a silvery white sheen. So those are the little fuzz that you're seeing there. And then when we steep them, they come off and they float around, and they're really little, and they're called trichomes. And somebody mentioned they're full of polyphenols and all kinds of goodness. I'm going to slide the paper in and follow the thing. If I can.
Follow the wife's instruction.
Follow the leader. So there it is. It seems I can't see it as well, but it seems to be clearing up a bit. Oh no, it's still pretty fuzzy once I see it.
It's very fuzzy.
It's really hard to see on all I'm looking at is the screen, and it looks pretty clear, but it's still quite fuzzy. Go in a bit, see if it
like
picks
this
up.
way?
No, like really close to the camera.
Okay.
Painfully close.
Would that focus?
I don't know. I'm going to scoot up and see. I don't know if you guys can see the fuzz. We're pushing the limits of the camera here to try and see if it's possible to see. But so anyway, that's the 6th, 7th infusion now. Still getting fuzz in there. And those fuzz bring some of that sweetness too.
How is it when
thick,
it's cool?
Really thick still. Really, really thick. Clean.
I think I picked something out just now, but
really
I forgot to mention
to describe.
That. Yeah, it's really like.
Jeff says he cannot tell if it's fuzz or 480p. So that's a good one.
I like him a lot.
Let me scroll back up in the YouTube comments, just because there's some folks on Instagram joining. T Lucky Life, hey, welcome there, T Lucky Life on Instagram, and welcome Katie Dial, welcome on Instagram. So Jeff says, how have you guys been storing it? We've been storing it properly. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's insufficient data. Yeah, but honestly, dead easy. Dry, cool, dark place in Ottawa. So indoors, pretty stable humidity, but it does move a bit in the summer. We don't air condition the hell out of the place, so we pretty much leave the place alone all day, and then we pop the AC on at the night. So I hope that gives you an idea how that works. I had difficulty aging silver needle whites. Oh.
What do you mean difficult?
Yeah. Maybe let us know what you mean by difficulty. But they should be dead easy to age, and if they're not, it's a hint that there's something wrong. There's too much moisture in the tea if they're going moldy.
I think before you jump too much of what, because I feel like just personal observation. Sometimes people say they have problem with something. It's really vague for me to understand what exactly is going on. So if you could explain a little bit, that would help. Before, because I don't want to point.
Tell us your problems. We'll be your tea aging therapists right here. Okay, cool.
Something is coming up. Some bad thing for Phil is coming up.
What? Okay.
Tea testing time coming up.
Okay. So then Josh says, also there's a very particular way to drink it. You need to create a louche. Oh, this is back to absinthe. By mixing some sugar and a hefty proportion of water to create what is sometimes called an absinthe cocktail, which makes it much more palatable for first-time drinkers. I wish I could drink some Yin Zhen right now, but I'm way over my caffeine limit for the day. That's a bummer. Lazy Literatus. Can't tell if it's fuzz or 480p. Yep, got that one already.
If you can't tell, just imagine.
Right. Or have some absinthe, which seems to help with that based on the artists.
Okay, I'm about to do a little mini test for Phil, which
we'll
often happens.
Here we go. Here comes the test.
So, what do you think of this picking standard? Is this one pure bug?
Oh, okay. I think I see what's going on. So let's share it with the audience. So the question to me was, and I'm going to rearrange it because it's almost perfect. This is how she presented them to me, but I'm going to rearrange it just a touch. I'm going to raise the eyes up and make it fully look like a funny little face. Because did you do that on purpose?
No.
I moved it a bit to make the face look more clear, but she didn't do that on purpose. But don't you think that's cute how she did that? Hello, everybody. How's my plucking standard? So she asked me, what is the plucking standard, or how is the plucking standard? This is Bai Hao Yin Zhen, and obviously it's all bud, but I think what she wants me to see is on the bottom there, his crooked little mouth has that little shoot of what looks like a leaf a little bit. Okay, and on the other ones, I don't know if it's a bit blurry or not. I'm trying to see if the YouTube camera is focusing, but the I guess the left eye has a little, you can see a little shoot over here.
So annoying how you put it. That guy looks so mean.
Oh, sorry. Oh, now he looks sad. Oh, his nose fell. Oh, well, I'm going to stop playing with the face and focus on the question now.
I found two more.
And so they all have a little sort of shoot kind of thing. You can see that guy has it too. So I don't know. So the question was, what do I think of the plucking standard? So I guess you're asking, is it one bud, or do those count as leaf? Or are they just the bud splitting off? Oh, actually, this one, the bud is not where I thought. This is the leaf. This is the bud. You can feel it's fat and juicy. Fat and juicy. And it's really mini. I'm wondering if this leaf wasn't the case, like if these aren't part of the same bud though. Like the night before or a few hours before, it would have looked like this. So what I did was I took always play with your tea, guys. It's really fun. And when you have somebody like Jen around, you learn a lot. And so I think it's actually perfect plucking standard. This is part of the same bud, I think. I'm not a botanist, but she knows more about botany than me. Okay, that's my final answer. I get these challenges sometimes on YouTube Live. It really makes me nervous.
I will do that in the future.
I love it. I'm getting more comfortable. I realize it doesn't matter if I'm wrong. Everybody can learn from my mistakes, especially me.
The reason why I asked that again is for you because you're a pro and you guys are very pro too. Is I found many people think this is one bud and one leaf. Those are all bud picking. The picking is impeccable. Those are not leaves. Those are buds. Those are all buds. Two different ones. Ew. I got my computer wet with it. Made another big mess.
Don't worry, it's my computer.
Oh, yours? Okay, that's okay then. So this one is the outer shell of the bud because the look of it. Once you get more familiar with how bug is and get to the tea garden more to see what the plant, like this more like a botanical kind of a look. Those are outside. Those are not standard with the one bud name called 渔叶. This is from leftover from the mini growths during the winter. Those are desired if you are looking for something like one bud, like those are signs of
smell turned like quote unquote rotten honey. Right. So we know honey can't go bad, but if you can imagine if honey went bad, that's what he's getting out of his aged tea. So that to me does sound, I don't know if it would be wet or what, but it sounds like maybe, I mean, there's, like I said earlier, the quote unquote simple process of white tea is actually means producers have less steps to get it right. So there's less chance for recovery. So if it's not dried properly, that could be what the issue is. But without tasting it or seeing it, it's really hard to say. But it shouldn't be hard for you to age tea. What do you think? Maybe don't seal it? What can we give them any tips? I don't know. Anyway, we can refer you to an article you wrote. I'm trying to remember where that was. Recently, you wrote an article about tea storage. Our tea storage video, the blog that Jen wrote that goes with it, talks a bit about things that can go wrong in storage and things that can go wrong with tea vis-a-vis storage.
You did that video.
Oh, I did the video.
I did the write-up.
She did the write-up.
That's why he doesn't remember it.
I remember it. I was there.
Yeah?
No, I don't remember it. I just remember you did all the work. I was just on camera. Shh, don't tell them our secrets. Do you guys like the videos where I talk, but it's her hands? We got some funny.
It has a broken connection somewhere.
Oh, who?
YouTube.
Oh.
They're saying that. Huh, weird. It was totally normal on our end.
Rotten honey wood paste.
I guess it wasn't streaming out.
How interesting. Stream broke. Stream died for me as well. Back now. Weird. We didn't even get a warning this time, did we?
Yeah, no.
Sorry about that, guys. Not sure what to do about that. We've had a few streaming issues, but mostly pretty good here.
I prefer they did notify us rather than I'm not notified, but everybody else dropped.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's because it's recorded and it'll be there for the other people. Hey, folks on Instagram, welcome. I noticed Jeff jumped in when YouTube broke.
Right.
Momo gave us a thumbs up. Hello to you again. And Tea Vibrations, welcome to the Instagram feed. We're just wrapping up a session of 2017 Top Grade Bai Hao Yin Zhen, talking a bit about all kinds of stuff, just having fun, having tea with you guys. There's some folks out in the audience having Sihu Lomjin. What else did we hear about that was getting brewed? There were some nice teas out there. It was always fun to have tea with you guys.
Right.
So the connection is back now. I'm going to guess.
Back.
So Josh guesses the connection problems were caused by humidity issues. No, just kidding, just kidding. Of course, he's talking about the tea that one of our friends, Jeff, was having some trouble with aging, storing and aging Bai Hao Yin Zhen. I don't know. Shouldn't be a problem. Actual mildew.
Where are you, Jeff?
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, was that really humid? It wasn't, right?
Compared to here, I would say it's pretty humid.
Oh, I don't think any place is drier than here.
Yeah. No, Arizona is drier than here for sure.
I don't think humidity would be a big issue. Humidity helps.
Yeah, but not in the leaf.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
Never the leaf or whites.
It's only silver needle, never the leaves or the whites. Oh, I see. Never the leafy or whites. So his Bai Mudan are fine, and his Chomay ostensibly is also fine.
Oh.
Good. Keep giving us data. It's helping. And then Josh says, I forgot to mention the tea that I pressed, I actually aged.
Are they the same? I am really intrigued by this, but I feel so helpless because I really want to sip it and know what's the problem.
Right,
you know, if it's the leaf resin, it's very like the humidity in the tea bud. Buds are harder to dry evenly.
Right. Because they're still cased, right? They're still like, they still have their natural little wrapper.
Yeah.
I had to make the little bud shape. That's a tea bud.
That's a tea bud.
Mm-hmm.
Different wines seem to be aging, keep flavor just fine, but show me is fine aging.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I don't know. Sometimes it could be the producers, and sometimes ideally it's the same producer, the same garden, so that less of other variations in the taste. I really need to taste it to understand.
I think did you mention that in a blog recently? I'm sure, I feel like we talked about this already a couple of days ago, Jeff, but I don't think we talked about it. I'm not sure if we exchanged messages about it or if you mentioned it in a blog that I read of yours, that you didn't have luck with that you didn't have luck aging whites. And I had a little chat with you about it because I was like, what? Because we aged the needles all the time, but the producers are like Shifu and Shatai, like they're amazing. Like really, I can't believe. Oh, it was your live. That's exactly right. It was your live. I watched your live after it was live. Right. I was having a massive deja vu there because I just felt like I've already had this chat with Jeff. I don't know what's going on, but it was one way, and you were recorded, so it wasn't as cool as this.
Wasn't as cool.
Okay, cool. So hey, Noev Orden on Instagram, welcome.
Hello.
Oh, and T Vibrations is drinking some Dien Home. Nice.
Oh,
love
nice.
Dien Home. Love me some Dien Home. Those little chahu are so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, these guys are awesome. Yeah, we'll give you a close-up of the tiger stripe one. Look at that. It's really detailed, really pretty. Backing out so it can focus. I noticed that YouTube can focus a lot closer. Cool. All right, guys. Well, on that note, I think we're going to get back to work. This has been a great time sipping tea with you guys.
Absolutely.
Love hearing your tasting notes about the different teas you're drinking. Love learning about absinthe and sharing with you our 2017 aged Bai Hao Yin Zhen, which is not available on our website, but the 2019 top grade Bai Hao Yin Zhen is there. You will have no trouble aging that. There is the brewed leaf. And by the way, we're very likely going to boil this when we're done or keep infusing it. It's going to go for a lot longer. We got 6, 7, maybe 8. Go ahead.
Just a special note, all of our white tea are all charcoal roasted. So that also helps with mouthfeel too. Yeah, if you like a mouthfeel like me.
And the guy there, I met one of the guys there who does it. He's like 50 years experience doing the charcoal roast, and it's really something special to see. But since we're wrapping up, I will refer you to CHAREN magazine, 2019. I did an article on that visit to Taimu. It was fascinating. It's kind of a funny little tongue-in-cheek article too, because the people who make the white tea, Shifu and Shatai, they're monks. So I was totally expecting like a crouching tiger, hidden dragon kind of thing. And anyway, I was just a total goof like always. I just thought it would be really like monkey. I don't know if I expected them to be dancing on top of the bamboo trees or what, but it was very cool, even though it was really, anyway, check out the article. It was really fun for me to go there. So, yes. There's just some comments. Josh says it's so sad that the producers aren't doing more traditional charcoal roasting, and it is. What? He says it's sad that how a lot of producers are abandoning charcoal roasting, and we agree. Something we always look for that. Yeah. Not for the drying. Lazy Literal says charcoal roasting for drying. Yes. Okay.
And it's not.
There's a sun dry step too, though.
yes, there are different steps.
Right.
Like all the tea making is simplified on the chart,
Right.
but what actually happening is different, right?
Right.
And charcoal roasted is a traditional step, and it's not like a lot of times people think it's charcoal roasted, so it has to be fire, and you're thinking about yan cha. No, there's so many ways to do
Right.
it.
Oh man.
Like
this
I
is
say,
so
I
different.
cook something, but you don't know if I barbecued it or I pan fried it or.
Well, even the word
know,
roasting and charcoal in my Western mind always make me think of those big temperatures.
Yeah.
So this is
But that's
really,
not-
really, really different. This is super low and super slow. So
Yeah.
it's not, did we mention any smokiness on this tea? No, because there's not one bit of smokiness on it. It's the traditional step, and that's why the guy needs 50 years experience, because it is tricky. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap it up. I just didn't want to miss any questions because these guys are so into it. It's really fun hanging out with them. So yeah, it's sad, but that's how it happens. They kind of get away. It's a bit more, well, it takes a lot of experience to charcoal roast for one thing. A lot of the electric machines are easier. And yeah, the rest are just basically early goodbyes. The baby Buddha one is awesome. Yes, the baby Buddha is totally awesome. All right, guys. Until
I'll
next
see you
time.
this weekend for I keep calling it a bumblebee, but it's actually
Oh, is this spelling bee this weekend?
spelling bee.
We're doing the spelling bee?
Yeah.
I thought we were doing show and tell first. The
show and tell first or spelling bee first? You guys tell us.
Yeah, let us know. We were going to do a tea show and tell where you guys bring the tea. We're going to do a Zoom. The spelling bee I was just going to do live. It's definitely tea show and tell coming up this Friday. I think I advertised it.
Did you?
I think so. Anyway, if you guys want to pick, let us know. What do you think? Spelling bee, comments down below, or tea show and tell on Zoom. All right? Until next time. Keep steeping.
Ayo. Okay. One more. Last time. I always suck at this. Okay. I'm nervous. Until next time.
Keep steeping. Later, guys.
Bye-bye. I need to practice.
You got